In this class, let us discuss on the topic generics. Generics was first introduced in Java 5 version. Now it is one of the most profound feature of Java programming language. Generic programming enables the programmer to create classes, interfaces, and methods in which type of data is specified as parameter. It provides facility to write an algorithm independent of any specific type of data. Generics also provide type safety. Type safety means ensuring that an operation is being performed on the right type of data before executing but that operation. So using generics, it has become um, possible to create a single class, interface, or method that automatically works with all types of data, integer, string, float, etc. So it has expanded the ability to reuse the code safely and easily. So before generics was introduced, generalized classes, interfaces, or methods were created using references of type object because object is the superclass of all classes in Java. But this way of programming did not ensure type safety. So because of this generics, any program written like class or interface or method can be reused uh, um, safely, which was not available in the earlier versions of Java, that is before Java 5. So syntax for creating an object of a generic type: class name, data type, reference name, new class name, data type, or class name, data type, reference name, new class name. So this is also known as diamond notation of creating an object of generic type. So here this diamond notation mm, mentions the it is of generic type. The example of generic class. So the diamond brackets includes indicates that the class is of generic type. So the diamond notation indicates that that class is of generic type. So class gen within the diamond notation T. So T OB. So it is an object of type T is declared. Gen T O. It is constructor of class gen to which we are passing object T. So OB equal to object reference variable OB is assigned with O. Public T get object is a method return object. So this method returns object. Class demo public static void main string arguments generic, it is of integer type. IOB generic name, new generic diamond brackets 100. So instance of integer type generic class. So integer x equal to iob dot get ob system dot out dot println x. So generic string, it is of string type sob equal to new gen hello instance of string type gen class. The earlier one is instance of integer type of gen class. Here it is instance of string type gen class. So string str equal to sob dot get object system dot out dot println str. So the output of above program when it is executed, it is 100 and hello. So in the above program, we first passed an integer type parameter to the generic class. Then we passed a string type parameter to the same generic class. Hence, we reuse the same class for two different data types. Thus, generics helps in code reusability with ease. Generics work only with objects. Generics work only with objects. That is, the type argument must be a class type. You cannot use primitive data types such as integer, character, etc. with generic type. So it should always be an object. We can use all the wrapper class objects and string class objects as generic type. Generic int IOB equal to new generic int error. Can't use primitive type. The arguments what we pass must be of object type. It should not be primitive data types. Here int is passed, so you will get an error. Generic types of different type arguments are never same. Reference of one generic type is never comparable with other generic type unless the type argument is same. In the example above, we created two objects of class gen, one of type integer and the other one of type string. Hence, IOB equal to SOB. Absolutely, it is wrong. An array of generic type cannot be created. Creation of generic type array is not allowed in generic programming. We can make a reference of an array, but we cannot instantiate it. For example, in the above program, in class gen, T A, this is allowed, but T A square brackets equal to new T of 100. This is not allowed. Generic type with more than one parameter. In generic parameterized types, we can pass more than one data type as parameter. It works the same as with one parameter generic type. Class gen t1 comma t2, t1 t1 name, t2 value. Gen t1 o1, t2 o2. So name equal to o1, value equal to o2. Public t1 get name, return name. Public t2 get value or return value. Class demo public static void main string arguments. Generic string comma integer obj equal to new gen study tonight comma 1. String s equal to object dot get name system dot out dot s. Integer I equal to object dot get value system dot out dot I. So the output of above program is study tonight, below that 1. Note here, since there are two parameters in generic class t1 and t2, therefore while creating an instance of this generic class, we need to mention two data types that needs to be passed as parameter to this class.